and welcome back to the Learn English Fast podcast. I'm your host, Eli. Thank you so much for listening or watching today. As a reminder, the transcript is down in the description below, as well as a vocabulary list if you want to practice some new words listening to this podcast. All right, so today's topic is my first confession. My first confession. For some of you who don't know, a confession is when you tell a girl or a boy your feelings for them, that you tell them that you love them, that you like them. So I want to share with you guys my first time I confessed to someone. So this time, it was about 11 years ago. I was just finished with high school. And at that time, there was a girl I really, really liked. Her name, I won't give you her real name, but I'll give you an abbreviation. Her name is H. Let's call her H, all right? So H was a girl I've known for so many years. Our families were actually pretty close, and we would go to her house and we would eat dinner with her and her sister and her brothers and just her family. And I would see her at parties and things like that. And I would always think, wow, she's so cute. Or wow, she has so much confidence. Or she's so amazing at speaking. So I really appreciated these things about her. And so, I had feelings for her, but I never really knew how I can express these feelings to someone else. But after high school, and I finished high school, I was thinking what to do next with my life. Maybe go to university, maybe I'll go to India. But I was thinking, and at that time, my family, they know I really, really like this girl. They know my feelings for her. So my parents and my brothers, they all said, Eli, you should tell her how you feel. You should confess. You should confess. But I have no confidence. I'm like, no, I don't know. Should I do it? But then my dad said, Eli, you should confess to her. You should tell her how you feel. And then my dad shared a story. He said, Eli, when I was young, I did not tell a girl how I felt, and I sometimes had regret because of that situation. And so I thought, okay, I'll do it. I'll have courage. I'll go. I'll do it. So the first thing I did was I called her father. I called her dad. And let's say his name is Mr. J. So I called Mr. J and I said, hey, Mr. J, I have something important to tell you. Can I have breakfast with you this week? And he said, of course, Eli. So the next day, me and him, we had breakfast together at a family restaurant. And when we were eating, at the end of the meal, I said, listen, Mr. J, I want to tell you that I have feelings for your daughter. I like your daughter, and I want to tell her how I feel. And what do you guys think? What do you think was his reaction? What did he say? Maybe you don't know. He said, go for it, Eli. You can do it. So surprising, huh? Usually, fathers are very protective of their daughters. Fathers, they don't want their daughters to be with a lot of, with guys. But her father, he respected me. He liked me very much. He said, but Eli, remember that if you do this, your goal has to be marriage. Your goal has to be marriage. And I said, of course, of course. Like, if I date someone, I'm not dating for fun. My goal is marriage. And so I felt confident, her father wants me to do it. My parents want me to do it. I feel, all right, let's do this thing. So a few days later, I went to her work and she was a waitress. And I went into the cafe and I said, oh, hey, H, after your shift, I need to tell you something important. And she said, okay. So I waited until she was finished with her shift at her job, and then she and I took a walk nearby the river. I remember it so clearly. A very beautiful river, there were nice trees, and my heart was beating so fast. I was so nervous. And at first we had some small talk, like, oh, how's your work going? Oh, not bad. Like, yeah, how's your sister? Things like that. But then I said, listen, H, there's something I want to tell you. She said, what is it? I said, I have feelings for you. I like you very much. I said it. And what do you think her response was? You're wrong. She said, wow, Eli, you have so much courage, so much guts. I was very surprised. Then she said, but I'm not ready to be in a relationship with anyone right now. So I was rejected. And then she said something that really stuck in my mind. She said, also, Eli, I feel like I don't really know you, which was very true. Like, we were kind of like friends, but not really friends. We weren't very close. And I was like, yeah, actually, I don't really know her that well. I just had a infatuation with her. We weren't really good friends. And after that time, of course, it was so embarrassing. But after that, I spoke with so many different grandpas and grandmas, and I asked them for advice in this, like, for this area. And many of them they said, Eli, before you become a lover, you need to become a friend. So you need to be a good friend before you become a close lover. Because when the feeling of love is gone, friendship is what stays. So I learned an important lesson actually from it, but it was still so embarrassing because after after that, every time I would see her, she would never look at me. So embarrassing. Like at a party then, she's there and she doesn't look at me. Of course, maybe she feels embarrassed, maybe she feels shy. And so I felt so, embarrassed with it. And after that, I went to India. I ran away. Not really. Yeah, but that was my first time, like really confessing my love to someone. And that was before Japan. It was like more than 10 years ago. But now I live in Japan and I'm married. And with my wife, I'll tell you a secret. She confessed first to me. I didn't confess first to her. So so that helped me, but it was very interesting. Yeah, but what about for you guys? Those of you who are watching or listening, what type of experience do you have with confessing your love? Are there any people that, who were successful? Or are there any of you who failed or who were rejected? In the end, I think it's a good thing that I confessed my love to her because even though I was, rejected, I think it helped me have no regrets in my life. I was able to, really get that feeling off my chest. If I never did that, I would always be thinking, what if I did that? What if I actually confessed to her? But now I don't have that regret. So I think in the end, confessing was a really good thing. And maybe for you all have similar stories like this where you confessed and you failed, but you feel, it's good that I confessed. Sometimes doing the hard things, maybe it's difficult, but we know we have to do it. And in the end, it's better to have no regrets than a regret? All right. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening or watching the podcast with me. And please tell me your love experiences down in the comments below. Remember, there's also a transcript and the vocabulary list in the description. And right now, I have a special 7-week or 4-week course for those of you who want to practice your English and make it go to the next level. Please come talk to me. And anyway, thank you so much for listening or watching, and I will see you later. Bye bye.